Welcome back to Beyond Reason and another multiplayer match with yes, Piggy is on the game again. Confession with this one, I didn't sleep. I woke up after a few hours and I thought, I couldn't get back to sleep, so I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll play Beyond Reason. And it probably shows, as you can see, look, for some reason I was making a metal extractor. I had no understanding why I was doing that. I thought, hey, how did I manage to do that? So that's the reason why that's a kerfuffle. But anyway, let's meet our main commander. He's a Legion and is Mikiski, I think how you pronounce him, and the other side, Bok, whatever that means, and he is a Cortex. As I've said before, it's coming up to Halloween, and I think the pumpkin is for the Cortex, and the hat is for the Armada. Now, I don't think the Legion has one, to be quite frank. No, they decided. I don't think. Oh, is that what this little? It always reminded me of Legend, the movie, for some reason. So yeah, I got myself sort of back into it, but obviously there was no Russian involved in here. So there is. I'm trying to find. Does anybody of our side go water straight away? I've just finished playing this, so it's freshly in my mind, and I thought I'd better do it before I finally fall back to sleep again, if I do. I've just decided to do a laser progress reason because I thought there might be some sort of rush, but as it turned out, it was not happening. They decided to be nice to everybody, do a bit of sitting there. We've got this. If you've not seen this map, now this can be traversed by. It can't be ticks, but all the walking units, if you like. I think, yeah, vehicles should be able to do this as well. Most of them, I think. But, yeah, it was sort of a bit of a slow start. But it did kick in, but there was, as usual on my side, there was mistakes were made. I was really happy with it to start with, as you'll see, and we'll go through it. So I've just pushed myself up here. As you can see, just to protect the center, just in case they bring something through. But it didn't look as if, as you can see here now, he wasn't really in the idea of pushing. There's a bit of a conflab here, but not too much. It would have probably been nicer for us to try to get this area here away from them, which was obviously give us a bit of a beachhead in that respect, but I wasn't willing to give mine up. And then, like I said, I could have probably pushed in here and done a lot of damage, but you just don't really know. And it probably would have been I had enough there to push in. And I've got 8, and I'm going. I'm not taking the thing. I should have started doing a bit more. This has always been my Achilles heel as well, is I'm concentrating and I forget to set up other things. But anyway, as these things go here, taking a few goblins out, pretty nice. I should have carried, like I said, I should have really carried on.
Commander self-destructed.
The commander, well, I don't know whether it's probably one of ours yet. He's obviously going for T2. I don't tend to do that. It's not my. I see. I pushed back, and then that was the. Don't know what that's supposed to mean. I'm still like I said, I'm still pushing. We are actually having a little ding dong here. I will concentrate on everybody else as well. So Mace has now gone his boats, so we have got some boats, you know, on a shipyard on the actual map now. We don't really have a dedicated. Yes, we do. We do have a sort of dedicated shipyard here. I'm not a great lover of the ship player, maybe because I don't play it, you know, enough. You know what I mean? It's not one of my favourite ones. If I have to do it, I always like having I like a. If I lose, I'd rather have a ding dong match. If you get what I mean. This is going well. I think changed to yes. Now I'm changing to Rocketeers. As you well know, I'll favour the pawn now to push out, which is you know, I got over there, did some quite nice bit of damage, but really I should have pushed a huge lot more. I could have pushed in and basically ripped Nick Funky's base apart, absolute apart. But as usual, as Dan would have it, I didn't. I've given myself a little bit of protection here because I'm a bit worried. But now I'm moving my commander over. How's everything else here? Our Magenta Kim, he's bots, but he's going into shipyards as well. He's doing everything. He's technically a tech player, I think. Nice bit of you know, it'd be nice to take out that commander, to be honest, but I don't think that's going to happen. No, he would have done. He should have pushed on with that. That would have been a nice. We've got this beachhead. We got the beachhead that we wanted. And Metallica is another one. I'm still pushing on here. I'm still doing pretty well. I'm pretty happy with this push. Taking a lot of his thing down, but I should have done a lot more. Look, he's only got one unit. Do you know that's? Do you know when you see it? I see. Obviously, I play it and then I cast it straight away or whatever a day later on that. And when I see some of these plays that I do, I thought, why didn't I push? Why didn't I push in? You know, because it was glaring there, but you just don't know. You assume that the player's got a lot more. I play quite aggressive, and sometimes that does do well and doesn't do well, but at this it did well. And I've been changing my strategy. I mean, this is a beautiful. I mean, he's against two here. Not too sure about the Legion ones, how good they are, to be honest, but the Thug should do well. Well, we got a double Thug here, so we have got two Cortexes. Two Cortexes don't make a right. I know that wasn't very funny, but what the hell? I've only had 2 hours sleep, what would you expect? But anyway, yeah, so I took a hell of a lot more. Now he is getting, obviously, started to get more. Now I don't know what the hell these are. They are quite a decent unit. I should have, I needed a bit more beefy units. Now I had my commander stood still, which again, I've got enough infrastructure, I've got enough lasers to protect this situation, but I'm doing what I normally do, kiting back and forth, trying to. I should have got some Lazarus down there, and I didn't, which was another problem. I don't understand why I was making solo there, but then I decided, what the hell was I doing that for? But he's now sort of getting himself up. Max is pushing our player right here really early on, which is a bit of a problem, and this does turn to be a bit of a problem later on in the game. Nick Funky is still doing what Nick Funky was doing before. Not really. He's got units, but they're not that beefy. Again,
has died.
I'm just trying to push him back in. He's realising there's a bit too many on there. We've lost this beachhead again. Buck has got it back. Nick's pushing him. Well, he was going cloaked there. Let's have a look at everybody else. We haven't seen this commander before, so just a normal. You know, he's got most of. In fact, actually, if we look at him, he's got most of this area tied up by now. Excuse me, I should say. Frog in the throat there. Potato Baked, he's on his own here. Now, he is a tech player, so he should be feeding the other players energy and metal if he can. That's a nice. That fat boy is doing really well there. Taking out that. So we got it back again. Ooh. Only one more and you'll take him out. He should be fighting. He should be rushing to get him. But he's missed his chance. I don't think he can get there. Yeah, get that one. Ooh, it's close. Ooh, no, I needed two and not one. I'm still pushing on here. As you can see, I've got more. I've got 10 Rocketeers and 5 pawns because obviously I'm not doing. Again, I was helping out here. Somebody I think sent me a T2, I think. But we are getting there. We're building. I should have had this. This was actually mine, I think, not his. Because I got the 2 here. I think, yeah, because he's got the 2 at the back. But that was a misplay by me. I should have had that one ages ago. But I was fighting. I mean, I'm obviously like I'm the only one actually now. A team is actually at the other side by now. Which, for me, as a you know, I'm only a 3. It sort of feels a bit because you look on this side, they're very experienced. Even if he's a 7, I don't class that. It's experience in this game, not necessarily what your number is. Yeah, I needed to be building. I was given a T2 by the tech player. I should have given him something, but these are all stood still. We're still building. But I should have done some Centurions or some Maces or something. I decided to go for the T2 here. Well, not the T2. I decided to do the Overwatch because I thought that'd be a bit more protection. But there's not really a lot. We've got this back, like I said. I'm just having a nosy around. Mex M6 is really pushing himself up here. If there's any subs, that would be absolutely taken down. And there's no real subs, which I'm really quite surprised by. Where is he? L Biggins. I think L means the. I might be wrong. Well, it used to, I think it's in yeah. But anyway, I digress. I'm still. He's got a more force. He's getting more force all the time. But I am taking it out really quite well. Again, like I said, I'm a bit miffed with myself because that's not a lot there. Again, that's only 15, and I've got 19. Them Rocketeers will absolutely take these apart, really. Strafing's going really well. I probably should. I mean, what I could have done is could have done some build turrets on here. That would have been even better because they would have fixed all that and eaten all this up. Bad English. But you know, there's a whole way. I decided I wanted to build a forward, bot lab. I probably should have at the time gone to vehicles. Actually, that would have been even better. They have a bit more DPS, but you know. The time with the Rocketeer, I think, was over, really, at this point, but I was still going with it. The trouble is, it's taken a long, long time to get there, as you can see. I'm having to send him down where he's only got this far. So eventually, he is going to beat me because of the units he's got. Again, experience should have told me that. Even though I've been playing this game obviously for a while, and I'm still only on 3, which is, I still don't know what that. I'll have to go find out. Really. That was a nice takedown. We're taking him down. It's working. Obviously, I've got my commander pretty close there, but Mick is pushing him. I'm sort of concentrating on our side here. Oh, that was a nice commander takedown. I hadn't realised that he'd lost his commander actually. LB Biggles is not really, unfortunately, he's getting some fortifications. He's doing what he's doing. Why did he just build more units? Would have been nice. But the trouble is, he's doing that, but he's got no. Oh yes, he has. He's got build turrets here, but he's missing one vital part as far as I'm concerned. He's got no sub. That would have done really well against these. I mean, I think if that's a destroyer, yeah. But I know the destroyer have depth charges. But look, these fortifications are a quite complete waste of time. That's 11v11. You know. But a lot of these are frigates though, and that's only there's a couple of destroyers, and these are mainly destroyers. So that's the issue. How are we still doing? I'm still in. Obviously, I'm starting to bring the Centurions, but I've lost a lot of my stuff. That's what it was. I knew there was something was taking me down, but I wasn't fully. I was still committed at the cause. We're still doing okay here. We're still pushing. These lot here. I mean, this is a tech player. This to me. I mean, the only really ones that forward are these two here. This sort of section here. All these are either C or tech. It's a weird and dynamic map. This, I must admit. It is a nice map. That Centurion is just getting absolutely pummeled. Now I decide to look at the now you can see I go, nah, this isn't working out. I've lost this now. I need to be getting out of here. I probably made a mistake that the Overwatch was right next to that as well. Well, I mean, we take some of them down, but he's obviously got the beachhead back now, which is what I didn't want. Again, a mistake by me. What I should have done is just at the start with M8, I should have just carried on, not stopped. I would have done really well, and this might have given us a different outcome. Slurp a copy to keep yourself going. M3's done. He's actually been really left alone. There's been no hassle for him. Kim Jong. Yeah, whatever. Let's not go with that one. Which is quite ironic because that's Chinese. You're on the wrong nation, mate. You should be North Korea there, I think. But anyway. We don't care. We get all players in this. We get all players in this game. This is an advanced Chio. This will go up like a bomb. But now you see this light. This is what I was saying. The light player has taken out my El Bingus here, and this is a major problem for me because obviously now this player here has got the access to this water. Unbeknown to me, obviously I didn't know because I'm playing. Maybe this is the first time I've seen it. I've not seen this before. We're going for a gauntlet. I wouldn't normally do with a gauntlet, but I was thinking, well, it'll fire at that and just push them back. They're either going to res these back up again, or they're going to do whatever they're going to do. I don't know. Maybe at this point, it should have been starting for the T2. I think I had relatively enough. I could have turned this off. Bearing in mind, they're not even coming over yet. Although I'm trying to take this beachhead back. I'm going for it. Now he notices this. He notices me coming back again. I think the Rocketeers, the problem is, like I said, they don't have enough beef. And I go, nah, this isn't going to happen. I'm not going to get over there. That really should have told me he has far too much now. It should have been a T2. He's not got T2 there. He's not. I think that's the Advanced Bot Labs. That must be the T2. Again, I'm not parfait with Legion, really. Again, he took this, and he shouldn't have taken it. He should have either that he should have taken it and given it back to me. But obviously, it is what it is. It was quite difficult. In later on, I was actually saying, "Can I have touch and touch, please? Can I have touch and touch back?" And you'll see it. Oh, that was a beautiful pickup. I think they're like grave robbers. I think. yeah, you see, he's pushing himself back. He knows there's something coming over, and that was a nice hit. 7. I now decide to do the T2 on the bot lap. Again, nothing really. Our players were, I don't like to say it, but I'm good at dicking about. And if you know the term, unfortunately we lost this side. We were losing. I mean, look at I didn't even notice, but all this is now lost. Well, obviously that was scarce, but I'm on a sticky wicket here. I didn't even realise it was that bad. I probably should have realised, because obviously the gauntlet's doing what the gauntlet's doing, and it's put itself in high trajectory mode. But I'm just not. We're not really pushing things forward. Unfortunately, how the hell did he get up there then? I mean, that's a good saviour, I must admit. But you know, a flagship, a Black Hydra, or anything like that would rip that apart. Again, so this is I'd say he's our tech player as well. And again, there's no real passing of things here. This is a nice. This might be a nice bombing run, or I think he's actually been wiped out though. So basically, it's not really. I don't know. I think they were the fusion reactors. I think, yeah. So fusion reactors are gone. So from his counterpart, that's what one of sort of his counterpart. Like I said, I'm saying these are all tech. So they're all. It doesn't really. So I'm not saying that and that. It's just this tech. And Mick's technically a tech player, but he's no, I don't think so. No, actually, when you did the lines, I think this is a front player as well. So we are starting to lose this front line. I knew there's a fat boy there, but I couldn't find him. And this was started to be a problem. So I thought, well, if I put myself up here, I might be able to find it. Obviously, because that I don't think can fire upwards. Oh yes, it can. It's got a high projection in one, I think. No, maybe it hasn't. But absolutely tearing me apart here. Now, Red obviously notices. Mick notices this has started to be an issue. It's my fault to a degree, but El Binge here has sort of let that through and did. But I think this was more my fault. Beautiful D-gun though. I got rid of a hell of a lot of his units for D-gunning. The only one I missed was this damn fat boy. And I can't get down, as you can see. I can't get down here either, so that's another bit of an issue. But at least Mick come over and help the situation here by doing what he was doing, because that helped. I did almost have the fusion reactor up running, but I didn't really have anything going. I only had I had enough. But he's still not got everything yet. I'm a bit worried about, obviously, my commander, so I'm moving him out of the way. Still got some hounds though. Still, we're still fighting here. The T2's not gone down. That's the main thing. That's the main thing at this precise moment. The T2's not gone down. But obviously, I can't take these. I don't have the units to take them down and sort them out for him. He's going to have to do this himself. But they get absolutely ripped apart. It's a good player, mind you. I'm still cloaked, as you can see me. I'm using a lot of energy to cloak. But we're still not out of the woods yet. And this flipping Grave Robbins, he's nicking all this metal, which is a real issue. I should have gone down and to degun the buggers. But we still got some hounds here. They will obviously take the Grave Robbers out quite nicely. So we're still not out of the woods. It was going. It was definitely going well to start with, and then I failed. I should have gone T2 earlier on, a lot earlier on. Now I'm struggling now, as you can see. I haven't got really any energy. So I'm trying to build the T1 here to get some of these. I want these units back as well. And hopefully, he's at the moment he's not eating them up. He's bringing this back, but there was a problem. as you'll see. Bunk's coming over. Stop that. Again. We've lost this beachhead. We've lost quite a lot here. It's been back and forth all game, which has been good. I was enjoying it. I like a challenge game, and this certainly was a challenge. It's not one of my favourite maps to play. I don't particularly like playing with water, like I said, but I enjoyed it. A lot of the problem is communication as well. No disrespect to the top 4 people here, and I don't know what this last one is. Quirky keyboard. That's what that comes from. But obviously their language isn't English; it's Chinese. So if they don't speak English, and all on the boards you have to speak English, which is quite ironic, you know. I always think it's ironic. Well, I suppose the devs and things are English. I think there's a couple of them that are not fully English, but it's mainly run by English people, I think. I may be wrong, but I think it is. But anyway, that's by the by. Yeah, on the things you always have to speak English, which, like I said, is quite ironic. But it is the international language of everybody is English. But anyway, we're struggling now. We're struggling, you know, we're not really, like I said, unfortunately we lost the water. This is where it started. We lost the water here. Elbigus is actually sort of coming back, but it would have been nice for, it would have been better if we just started to build a shipyard again. And you can't build, I don't think you can build a shipyard in here. It has to be on, yeah, it has to be on deep water, which is round here or around here. And he's sending the boats. Again, it would have been nice for him to pass, you know, stuff up against each other. That's a massive battleship. That again, there's not much of a push. Dreadnoughts will do well, but obviously the battleship is even better. He's got another battleship, but he's obviously just pushing them just here somewhere. But it would have been nice to push this forward. You know, because this is the thing, you've got to keep. Somebody thinks it's a nice drawing place. Sheldon are on the push now. So we definitely lost this beachhead. This beachhead's lost for sure. I'm going. Ooh, should I go forward? Should I not go forward? So I've re-resed quite a lot of this. These are actually new because they're not re-resed. I've re-resed. I have no idea what the fat powder does, but it's decent unity. I'm still building. For some reason, but yeah, I was just thinking, what the hell was I doing there? Like I said, bearing in mind, I've had 2 hours skip, so my brain it's not fully into gear, but it wasn't too bad. Let's put it that way. I was on the coffee. The coffee was giving me some caffeine, which was keeping me awake, which is obviously still keeping me awake because I'm doing the casting straight after. I thought I better do it now. It's definitely a back and forth match. It would have been nice. I mean, we got some pit bulls here. It would have been nice to have some more pit bulls a bit further closer. And it would have been nice for him to dole me a few more. You know, dole me a few more stuff. In other words, what he could have done, he's got some fusion reactions. He doesn't need these. He doesn't need these either. So you could have sent me them, which would have helped me with a bit more power, which means I could have made the metal. I can't get too close for obvious reasons. Now I am trying to. This is where another second push comes in. This is devastating. That is a lot of units. There, it's like a railgun. They're not massively powerful. When you get a lot of them together, though, the welders are not really doing a lot.
Commander,
I probably should have. I should have had something else, but what the hell do you get against this lot? It's just a tidal wave. There's about half of them gone, but the hounds won't do anything. That's the problem. Lost me cons as well. Another mass pushing this, you know. So this is going to be the second time I've lost this flipping thing. I am trying to get close, get a nice D-gun out there. Gonna lose my fusion reactor more than I missed that one. Ooh, very close to my fusion reactor. Although that actually did work quite well. I don't know whether I hit the fusion reactor myself, but this is the problem, you see. I knew there was a Black Hydra coming. You can actually degun the Black Hydra and that if you can get it right. So you can see me moving around, and this is what I'm deciding. I thought, I'm not doing a lot here. I can't. This is a menace to me. It's taken out me bot lab. So I said, right then, I'm gonna but there's my cardinal sin. I haven't got enough energy to run this thing, you know? As you can see, I'm going up to metal, fine, no problem. Got a lot of metal. He can just barely hit it. But now he's spotted me, and I'm going, get the hell out of me, no! I thought, oh, I've got away with it. No, I haven't. Destroyed. It was an idea. I was going to degun it. If I'd have degunned that, I'd have been a hero. But now I'm a zero, so it doesn't matter. But anyway. So at this point, we're in freefall. We are in freefall, but we're not out of the woods yet, and they haven't fully won it. But again, Elbidger's definitely. I don't know where he's gone. I think he's been. He's lost as well. I don't know where he's gone. Can't find him. Oh, here he is. He's hiding, doing weird things. I should have said to him, Bench, why don't you come down and give me a hand? Because obviously 2 commanders, you know, would have been quite nice. This is just a pick-up from Bell. But he's still down here. I cannot do anything. I tried to take use the welders to get the beans out of the way, but it did work. I think it did work. I thought it worked in the end, but I wasn't too sure. But now the Black Hydra's found me the thingy, and he's just pummeling this. The thing is the Black Hydra, and I think they cannot get up this channel, you see. The only things that would get up there, I think, I'm not too destroyer, I think, might be able to get up there. Anything, a destroyer and lower. So he's got a cruiser. I thought the cruiser might be able to go up there. But apparently he didn't want to push that. So finally, our yellow's got on the ball and started pushing things up. But I think it's a bit. The thing is about the Black Hydra, and you need subs. Subs will take this down. Advanced subs will be even better. Because I don't think they have depth charges, if I remember rightly. I think that's where the Achilles heel of them gets in. That's why normally if you've got a Black Hydra, you want something like a destroyer around it, because the destroyer does have depth charge, which will take down the sub. I know a bit about the ships and the ship side of it, but it's not something that it's an acquired taste. It's like Marmite, innit? You either like it or you either like it or loathe it. And I wouldn't say I loathe thingy, but it's not my favourite. I like to be gung ho and have a go. That's what I say. And I just gutted that again. We've lost. Not saying it's just me, but this was the Achilles heel. If I had a pushed from there when I was here and all they ate, I'd have been taking him down. He would have been, well, he wouldn't have been taken down, but he certainly would have been less. He would have had to rebuild, and that's the thing. Because he's very experienced, not the most experienced in obviously in the game. These 3 are, but certainly I would have expected more. Now saying that though, look at Kim, he's very high. I would have expected a lot more from him than what he was given in this game. It was just like a bit pacifying, which is the problem, because you certainly in this game you need your boat ones to be pushing down on this halfway bridge line, because that way it helps to protect this area here and obviously this area here. But they weren't doing that though, so it made it a bit more difficult. As you can see, I can't get back into the game at all. Although we are trying. We are definitely trying to get back in again. But what I decided to do, which is a bit brutal, I suppose, I built the T2 and I go, I should have been T2 vehicles. The reason why is I was going for the vehicles is I seen the mammoths. Now these were as beefy as hell, but he wasn't really pushing them forward, which I was quite surprised. They would take out a lot of this, although the pulse is quite good against them, I must admit. And he has got a shield on there as well, so there's that. But this is just incarnate, absolute carnate. There's not a lot now. Well, no, that Dreadnought's going to get absolutely pummeled. All this against that, not going to happen. Which probably means he's going to start. Now he has got a flagship almost there. I don't know which is better, the flagship or the Hydra in this situation. 1v1. If everything was all the same, if you get what I mean. But I think I would say actually the flagship would be better because it does to me it just has more range 2,400. Let's just have a quick skeg. No, it's even got even longer. I didn't know that. I must admit. Like I said, we've lost this beachhead. You know, we're holding on at this side. Our Metallica is obviously he likes heavy metal. Bulls come over. That's a good little play. That's a good lot of pods. This should just get obliterated. This is quite nice. He should be pushing really forward here. The pit bulls will do some damage, but he's got enough to forego that. There's only a couple. But again, you just don't know, I suppose. Now, here we go. See, they finally got up to this corner. Now, we've got to wait till they... are they going to back off because of this flagship? They may not. They may just push in and just stick. Although the other flagship's a bit further back. No, he is. He's carrying on. Unfortunately, though, if Albigus gets cut, he will take out some of that infrastructure. No, he is turned around. Isn't that amazing? One flagship. That's really nice. That's a decent. You see what I mean? Where he took out red, and the end is nigh, as we say. Once he's advanced air for score, it's going to be the end of it. Oh. Yeah, I think. I'm going to blame myself for that play, but whether it was fully me, I'm not too sure. You let me know what you think. And should I have gone over there? Should I stayed here and done a bit more and then gone over? It's just a catch-22 in it. I'm just cutting for myself that I didn't go right down early on. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I did. We will see you in the next one. Bye for now.